Here's a clip from Tarabuster with Tara Devlin.
We believe that government, it can be a force for good. The Republicans, they're afraid government's going to come in and take over, take their guns, make them gay marry someone or whatever. I don't know. Nobody cares. They're so afraid because that's just the way they view the world. The world is a scary, complex place. We don't like big government because you don't want government getting so big that it takes over your freedom. Yeah, that's why you don't want conservative government. You don't want right-wingers in government. Don't tell me, show me anywhere in the history of the world, of recorded history. Somebody help me. Is there a right-wing government that isn't an oppressive regime, that harms its people, that rapes the environment and makes a joke and mockery of laws and the individual? Show me a right-wing government that is a force for good. I don't think one exists, frankly. I know that the conservatives, because they don't have anything in reality to boast about, so they have to lie and cheat and steal, and they understand that not just Americans, human beings, we know what's right and what's wrong. Inherently, we have been programmed. Only if you're normal, though. You know what I mean? Some people are sick, like Trump and his enablers. They're sociopaths. They're malignant narcissists. They're the lickspittles of malignant narcissists. I don't know which is worse, really. They think government is a force for evil because it's the power of projection. They understand what they are capable of. Do you know what I mean? That's why when Republicans, like for example, Twitler goes off on Democrats and says, they want power. That's it. That's all they want is power. He's talking about himself. He wants power. They need power. That's not the reason most Democrats, I'm not saying all, you know me and Democrats, they don't get into government merely for power. What's the power? The power to give everybody health care? The power to ensure that people don't go bankrupt when they get sick? The power to what? What is the ultimate aim? They project their manias outwards because they know what they are capable of. So they're afraid that Democrats just want power because that's what they're in government for. They're in government for power. For doing what? What are they doing with power? They go after George Soros. We know why, because it tickles racist funny bones. He ticks those boxes. The secret cabal of Jews running the world. That's really what they're tickling right out of the Nazi playbook. And they pretend that George Soros, some of them know, the people but this is what's so disgusting about Republicans. You think that Lindsey Graham really thinks that George Soros is running the world? Of course not. But you think Trump thinks that? Maybe he does because he's stupid. But he'll be the first one to tweet about George Soros funded something or whatever. And I always say to these right-wingers, what's the difference? If George Soros gets his way, his taxes go up, his businesses are highly regulated, his workers pay less taxes than he does. So what's the ultimate end game for George Soros? What's he going to do? Ensure that you don't go bankrupt? I mean, that's not... what is the end game of all the power that we want to accumulate, the Democrats, the normal people? Whereas for Republicans, what's their end game? We see what it is. It's the end of democracy itself. It's the end of the grand experiment. End of story. They will pretend they're doing it all for mom and apple pie and wave the flag and jerk off into the flag as needed to fool and trick the dupes. But ultimately, they are destroying the very thing that they pretend to be representing and advancing. That's why Republicans hate democracy. They hate it. If this was the 1770s, they would be the loyalists. They would be on the side of the opposition to the revolution. They'd be writing pamphlets not about liberty and freedom. They would be writing pamphlets about our natural loyalty to the king, the God-given instruction not to rise up against your betters.
Tarabuster is recorded live every Saturday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern at the RDT Daily Facebook and YouTube channels, and rebroadcast on Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on Progressive Voices, or anytime on demand on the Progressive Voices app.
Support RDT Daily and Tarabuster by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Tara Devlin. Remember, we stick together, we win.